Hey everyone! If you've been watching the news about the real estate industry, you've probably seen some headlines related to how buyers agents are getting paid and some class action lawsuits related to that and a National Association of Realtors settlement related to that. And I got an update email from the California Regional Multiple Listing Service that I'm a part of this morning that I think did a great job explaining what's going on and how the industry is shifting. So I wanted to give you an update on that. And the main thrust of all of this is a concern that the way we've been doing things, which is to have a seller's agent meet with a seller, negotiate a commission, and then offer a split of that commission to buyer's agents in that area via the multiple listing service. So if I were hired for X percent, I would typically offer half of that to a cooperating agent representing a buyer. There's a data field in the multiple listing service where we post all the information about our listings that has a spot to say how much a buyer's agent will get paid if their buyer buys that particular home. So, out of these lawsuits and settlements and changes in regulations, what's happened is we're moving away from having that preemptive offer of compensation and separating that conversation about how buyers agents are going to get paid and what they're going to get paid, taking that out of the listing conversation entirely, and then moving that into its own conversation between the buyer's agent and that buyer that they're going to represent. So moving forward, there'll be a written agreement that between the buyer and the buyer's agent that says they're going to get paid X dollars or X percent of the purchase price. And on the seller's side, what's going to change is that data field that had a compensation amount for a buyer's agent is going to go away. And instead, there will be a concessions field where a seller can post that they're willing to help out with buyer's closing costs, whatever that might be. And this is a huge shift because concessions is an incentive for buyers directly. It's helping them out with something that's their responsibility. And in the previous system, there was concern that buyer's agents might be steering their buyers toward properties that were offering bigger commissions. So if you had a high buyer's agent compensation posted in the multiple listing service, then buyer's agents might work harder to push their buyers toward those homes, even if they weren't necessarily the best for those clients. So this will be an empowering move for buyers and I think very helpful in the industry. So just for an example, if somebody had a buyer's agent agreement that said that buyer's agent was going to get paid X percent, and then they go to make an offer on a home where that seller is offering X percent plus 1% in concessions, there's an extra 1% there that the buyer gets to decide what happens with it. So it doesn't automatically go to the buyer's agent, which is the way that would have happened under the old system. So now the buyer could use that for paying their mortgage rate down, or maybe paying some other closing costs so they keep more cash in their pocket, or maybe they just want to let the seller keep that so that their offer will be more competitive. But it gives the buyer options and incentivizes the buyer directly rather than incentivizing the buyer's agent. So that's coming up. California Regional Multiple Listing Service is going to make the hard stop on the data tracking part of it on the 13th of August. So that will be the point where we can no longer enter an offer of compensation to a buyer's agent in that multiple listing service anymore. And the seller concessions field will be the only one that we can use. So if you got questions about what's going on here, how it affects your situation, or really anything else real estate related, I am here to help you with that. So feel free to send me a message or give me a call or shoot me a text. My cell phone number is 909-576-0695, and I look forward to connecting soon.